Hello all. Today we will be discussing the questions of our day 8 of our 30 days revision plan. Let's move on to the first question. Which of the following statements hold true regarding Buddhism? Buddha asked his followers to avoid the extreme of indulgence in worldly pleasure. Suffering is not limited to the actual pain but also to the potential to experience these things. The ultimate goal of Buddha's teachings was the attainment of nirvana, which was not a place but an experience. First statement is correct. Buddha or Buddhism did not concentrate on extreme asceticism. That is always associated with Jainism. So first statement is correct. Second statement, suffering is not limited to the actual pain but also to the potential to experience these things. Buddha also talks about how the desires can cause suffering. This suffering does not mean the pain should be in real, but it can be those incidents where people can face a potential suffering. So second, a potential pain as well. So second statement is also correct. Third statement is very direct. The ultimate goal of Buddha's teaching was the attainment of Nibbana. All the three statements are correct. Option B is the answer. Let's move on to the second question. Which of the following is or are the features of Indo-Islamic architecture? Indo-Islamic architecture mainly used geometric figures for designing. Arabesque, calligraphy and jelly works are commonly found. Third statement, animal and human figures are not found in Islamic architecture. Which of the above statements is or are correct? With reference to Islamic architecture, you can find this architecture has many forms of secular elements. Animal and human figures are not normally found in any Indo-Islamic architecture. Indo-Islamic architecture are an hybrid. A lot of Indian traditions have been replaced with Islamic architecture's features. A major one of them is the introduction of arches, true arches. Animals and human figurines are not found. You can find the techniques of calligraphy and jali works, which are intrinsic design patterns, which add to the beauty of Indo-Islamic architecture. First statement is also correct. It used many forms of geometric figures for designing as well. All the statements are correct. Second statement, option D is the answer. Third question, Shankaracharya is the propounder of Advaita philosophy. Madhavacharya propounded the philosophy of Dvaita philosophy. The Bhakti saints Ramanuja, Shankaracharya, Madhavacharya and Vallabhacharya. These four are very important. You have to learn the contemporaries who lived along with them as well. So that there is a high probability that you can get questions from medieval India directly. Some questions will seem very difficult from medieval India, but they will be very easy if you study the major Bhakti saints. Such Bhakti saints are Shankaracharya, Madhavacharya, Ramanuja, Vallabhacharya, etc. These questions are all. These saints are already asked in UPSC Prelims examination, so there is possibility that these questions can be repeated. So Shankaracharya propounds the philosophy of Advaita philosophy, which states that Brahman is the reality. Whereas Madhavacharya propounded the philosophy of Dvaita. It considers Brahman and Atman as two separate entities. Okay, to attain salvation, one should rely upon the Bhakti traditions. So both the statements are correct. 3. Option C is the answer. Both 1 and 2. Fourth question, consider the following statements regarding Amaravati School of Art. Amaravati School of Art and Architecture was indigenous. Amaravati School developed under the patronage of Satavahanas of Andhra region. Sculptures were carved out of red sandstone. Which of the above statements is or are not correct? Statements which are not correct are asked. We know that Amaravati School of Art, the major building element is white marble and not red sandstone. Red sandstones were used in the other schools of art. You have to learn Gandhara, Madura and Amaravati School of Art for prelims and mains perspective. Amaravati School of Art is located in the Andhra region. So it is a natural choice that naturally you can guess that it can be led by the Satavahana rulers of Andhra region. Second statement is correct. Since it is located in southern India, there is less possibility of foreign influence from other parts of the Asia as well. When you consider Gandhara and Madura, there are certain inspirations or influences that foreign form of heart has in Gandhara and Madura. Unlike those, Amaravati is indigenous as well. Fourth question, option B. 3 only is the answer. Question is about not correct statements. So 3 is the only non-correct option. Fifth question, consider the following monuments: Tughlakabad Fort, Bada Gumbad in Lodi Garden, Qutub Minar, Fatehpur Sikri. Which one of the following is the chronological order of building the above monuments? If you know at least one or two, you can get to the answer. We know that Fatehpur Sikri is very late because that was built around the time of Akbar, Mughal ruler. So 4 will be the latest one. In another one, the second is mentioned, Bada Gumbad in Lodi Garden. So that should be built by Lodis. So 2 will be definitely coming before 4. Only 2 options are there that correspond to such idea, option B and option C. Among the 2 options, you have to arrange Tughlakabad Fort and Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar, we know that it was built during the period of Qutbuddin Aibak and Iltutmish, and Tughlakabad Fort, it should naturally be coming during the period of Tughlaqs. So Qutub Minar will come first, then Tughlakabad Fort. So answer will be 3124. Option B. Fifth question, option B is the answer. Sixth question, which with reference to Bhakti movement, consider the following statements. Nimbarkacharya emphasized that the way to attain moksha was devotion to Lord Krishna. Mirabai was an ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu and stressed the path to salvation was through Lord Vishnu. Both of these personalities were famous Bhakti saints, Mirabai and Nimbarkacharya. They were both ardent devotees of Lord Krishna. So they stressed upon salvation through devotion to Lord Krishna. So first statement is correct, second statement is incorrect. Sixth question, option A is the answer. Seventh question, who among the following built the Khajuraho group of temples? Rajputs, Pratiharas, Chandelas, Chalukyas. It is a direct question, it's a factual question. Khajuraho group of monuments is a UNESCO World Heritage Monument as well. You have to know who built it. Chandelas actually built the Khajuraho group of monuments. Khajuraho group of monuments mainly consist of Hindu and Jain group of temples. Okay. Seventh question, option C is the answer. Eighth question, who of the following initiated the custom of branding the horses, popularly known as Dak system, as part of military reforms? Iltutmish, Alauddin Khilji, Ghiyasuddin Balban, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Out of the 4 options, the man who is most famous for his regulatory measures and military reforms is Alauddin Khilji. So obviously the answer will be option B, Alauddin Khilji. The Dak system is the branding of horses introduced by Alauddin Khilji. It is also mentioned in NCERT. So be thorough with NCERT. Eighth question, option B. Ninth question, green bonus recently seen in news is related to which of the following? Incentives given to industries in return for their environment-friendly measures, rewarding states for their efforts in mitigating climate change, demand made from Himalayan states to the center for their contribution in environment conservation, additional bonuses that certain industries has to pay to employees. It is option C, the demands made by Himalayan states to the center for their role in environment conservation. Himalayan states is a very pristine ecosystem with a lot of environmentally important areas. So green bonus was actually the demand made by the Himalayan states to the center that need to be included as an incentive for their development by recognizing their role in environment conservation in India. Option C is the answer. 10th question, consider the following statements regarding Chandrayaan 2 mission. It will be the first space mission to conduct a soft landing on the Moon's South Pole region. It comprises of a lander, rover and orbiter. Lunar South Pole is a shadowy area compared to the North Pole. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Among the 3 options, only second statement will be very direct. Everyone will be knowing that. Chandrayaan 2 mission consisted of lander, rover and orbiter. Unlike Chandrayaan 1, it also planned to have deep excavations into the Moon's southern polar region. It was the first space mission to deeply check have a soft landing on the Moon's South Pole region. That is correct. And also the lunar South Pole region is very shadowy compared to North Pole region. So all the statements are correct. 10th question, option D is the answer. 1, 2 and 3. Thank you. That's it for today's discussion. If you have any doubts, please comment on the YouTube channel. Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you will not miss any of our updates. Thank you.